What's your name?
My name is Majdi.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? So I'm originally from the Middle East. I currently live in Utah.
Oh, you're from Utah. So you
Yeah.
fly from Utah to here?
Yeah, I'm spending the next 2 days in Pennsylvania knocking on doors, trying to convince people to vote.
Oh.
By the way, can I also, which country is this from? Or you're from?
This is actually from US, Sound Hub Radio.
Okay.
So we broadcast to many Chinese Americans.
Oh, okay. So local US
Yeah.
Chinese community. Mhm.
I'm from Hong Kong.
Oh, wonderful. I visited Hong Kong. It's a wonderful place. I liked it a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Hong Kong people pay attention to Americans' the election too. Yeah.
Yes, I imagine so. Yes.
So how did you decide to become a ground campaign supporter?
Listen, I believe it's very important for people to be involved in the country's politics, given how consequential this election is. Of course, as you know, in the US, not all votes count the same. Swing state votes matter more.
Yeah.
The state where I'm a resident, Utah, is not a swing state. Pennsylvania, it comes down to Pennsylvania and about 6 other states. Hence the decision to come out and try and engage in a place that matters.
And do you know how many ground troops you have right now just in Pennsylvania?
I have no idea. No, so I'm not part of the management. I'm just a person who's volunteering as part of the group. I don't know. I don't know how many people are. But, my impression, just speaking to people around on both sides, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, many people are more involved this year than they were in previous elections. And regardless of the outcome, I think that's good for the Republic, that's good for civic life. Just coming on over, I was walking with an elderly lady who is campaigning on the other side, but was also volunteering. And I was thanking her for her time. And I was saying to her, I was making to her the point that come what may, on Tuesday, or on Wednesday rather, half of the country will be bitterly disappointed.
Yeah.
And we just have to learn to live together as neighbors and friends and not demonize the other side.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to hate each other even in
No need for that whatsoever.
Yeah.
No need for that whatsoever. And unfortunately, much of the language, not just by the candidates, but by people who care, is coded in exclusion and in rejection of the other. And I think that has bad long-term consequences for our lives in the US.
Yeah, so what would be your suggestion? I mean, the campaign message in order to have better unity,
Listen, I mean, campaign leaders, as well as us as individuals in the US, when you say, hey, I don't want to speak to X because they're either a Republican or a Democrat and they don't agree with me on every single issue that I care about, what does that say for the future of the country? If you won't speak to people who you can't engage with as human beings, even though you're neighbors, I don't think that's a good sign. So I would encourage people. I know that everyone cares a lot, and people, however, I had a conversation with someone standing about 10 yards away who has very different perspectives than me. We spoke for about 20 minutes, and I thanked them for giving the time and consideration to come to that decision. None of us is guided by the Holy Spirit. We all make our best judgment and our best call. And if we have to have humility and accept that this is our judgment, and other people have different judgments. And just because they decide differently doesn't mean that they're bad people.
Okay. And you came here because of your religious belief, or you?
Religious belief? Religious belief? No. I came here because I care a lot about what's going to happen in this country. I care a lot about the policies that are in place at the moment, many of which have severe consequences on human beings, both in the US and abroad. And that's why I chose to be engaged.
That's great. And how many days you've been dedicated to this work?
So I came into Pennsylvania yesterday. I'm here today, tomorrow, Tuesday until the end of the day Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning I head back to my life and go back to work. I just took time off, cleared my calendar, and I'll just be knocking on doors.
So how do you know which door to knock on? I mean,
that's a very good question. That's a very good question. I'm not the manager, so I'm going to meet the manager in about 3 hours, and I'll go wherever she wants me to go. Let's see where she sends us. She's the boss. I'm not the boss today. I'm the boss at work. I manage a team at work, and now I don't have to be the boss, and that's actually a relief. I'm like, all right, you let me know, text me where to go, and I'll go.
So you are an entrepreneur yourself? You own a company?
Yes, I own a company with a business partner. Yes, exactly. Correct.
Great. This is actually very inspiring.
Thank you very much. How about yourselves?
Yeah, we work for the
Chinese
Language TV network.
US.
Yeah. I also run my own small business too.
But hold on. So if you're from Hong Kong, you speak Cantonese. Do you speak Cantonese as well?
I
or
speak Mandarin.
So when you speak to one another, do you speak in English?
Well, Mandarin. She speaks Mandarin
You speak
too.
Mandarin as well.
Mandarin and Cantonese and English a little.
Because I have many friends in Hong Kong, and when they meet someone from, say, Beijing or Shanghai, many of them never learned Mandarin growing up. They only speak Cantonese, or I also have Chinese friends from Malaysia and Singapore. They can speak Hokkien, and they can't speak Mandarin. So it's interesting how the dialect barrier can sometimes be very severe in East Asia. But if you speak Mandarin, then you're fine.
But I think for foreigners, it's more easier for them to study Mandarin, than Cantonese.
Oh, really?
Because they speak the way.
The intonation.
Probably.
Listen, it's the beautiful cultures and beautiful languages. Unfortunately, I've never learned them. If I had a magic wand, I would love to speak, but I can't.
Okay, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Majdi. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I enjoyed meeting both of you. All right. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
What's your what the job? Yeah. What kind of?
I work in entrepreneurship. Like we have a company, we work with different clients on business services.
Okay, thank you.
刚才采访的这位，他其实主要强调的是，美国人不应该因为这次选举的结果而产生更多的这个分裂、割裂，所以呢，他其实虽然是自己是一个共和党的这个像地面支持的人，去挨家挨户敲门，对不对？但是他甚至也跟其他的民主党的这些义工去沟通嘛，因为他自己也是义工，他专门从犹他州飞过来，因为他知道犹他州并不是 swing state， 不是摇摆州，所以他自己有时间的话就抽一个周末过来支持3天嘛，做义工。那他待一会儿3个小时，他会跟这边的地面协调人就是联络。那么地面协调人会告诉他要取消哪些门，所以他大概会投入3天在这边。
Why can you speak Chinese? You studied from...
I studied a little bit. I speak only a little bit of Chinese.
Little bit fine. 请问您的名字是什么
I don't know.
What's your name?
Well, 叫 Sean， 你呢？
叫熊。
Sean。
他也有点像骚。
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you from Beijing or Shanghai?
Actually from Fujian.
Fujian. Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's from Hong Kong.
Oh, Hong Kong. So she speaks Cantonese.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Very good.
Where did you learn Chinese?
School. I went to college. Learned a little bit of Chinese.
在中国的吗？
Like Anne Arundel Community College in Maryland.
In Maryland.
I'm from Maryland.
Okay. Arundel.
You used to live
I used to live in Maryland.
I used to live in Maryland.
Yeah, in Howard County.
And Howard County.
Yeah.
Many Koreans.
Yeah,
a lot of Korean in Howard County.
Yeah, because of me.
Yeah. I was a police officer there.
Oh, you're a police officer.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So how did you decide to support Trump?
It's very simple.
Very simple?
Yeah, the policies. It's basically the border. Inflation's real high. The economy's not doing very good, so it's strictly policies for me. No back and forth with the mudslinging. Just strictly all policies. I think he'll be stronger on the border. He'll be stronger on the economy, and that's why I'm voting for him.
Okay.
It's common sense.
So, would you be able to say in Chinese a few words why you support Trump?
Oh God, I'm not. I just know basic like hello, how are you, and bye. I don't know. I'm not too fluent in Chinese.
Oh, okay.
I just know very little.
Okay. Well, great.
Okay.
Good.
You want to keep the America safer, right?
Oh yeah. It's common sense. Safe country. Keep the border strong. Good economy. Keep better jobs and lower inflation, low gas prices, stuff like that. The last 4 years have been horrible. So it's just basic policies and common sense.
Great.
Okay,
That's why I'm
thank
voting
you.
for Trump. Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much.
No
What's
problem.
your name?
Sean.
Okay.
No problem.
Can you tell us your name?
Edgar.
And which city from Brazil you from?
São Paulo.
Oh, from São Paulo. Okay, so how many days you been here covering this?
We arrived yesterday here in Washington, D.C., but we came here today in Pennsylvania to interview some Trump supporters.
Great. So, will you actually also participate some rally until the election day?
Sorry?
So, will you actually join some rally tomorrow until rally?
I think have a rally to see a little bit how the last path of this campaign in Democratic side.
In Democrat side. And so how do you feel about this election?
I don't know. It's so tight to choose a side to win. Because every swing state is so close. Every poll wait and see. It's so difficult to see a winner right now.
And in Brazil, does people have a favorite side?
No, I don't think so. We are seeing the covering a little bit of floor from there, but it's like the same political side, because we have two sides in Brazil, Bolsonaro and Lula. It's similar from here, so we are seeing the new episode, of the left and right sides, right wings.
So, this year, the U.S. election has so many drama, so many dramatic changes. So in Brazil, how do people respond to this? And to
drama, we love drama. We love soap opera. So it's kind of a campaign that word matters a lot. When you see Trump in the stage, for example, you see a lot of attacks in both sides. So for me, it's kind of when you see the decision here in USA about economic things or racism or about border immigration, you see a very tight race. So it's kind of a different campaign here.
So do you think if Trump got re-elected again, what kind of impact it will do to Brazil? I mean, international relations.
In an economic way, for sure, because Trump's more in a protective way. I think immigration would be impacted because a lot of Brazilians came here to work and try to start a new life in the US. I think it would be the two main topics.
Two main topics.
Yeah.
What about the different wars ongoing right now? Do you think Trump or Harris will make a difference?
For sure. I think both Harris and Trump supports Israel, for example, and it doesn't change the scenario of the Middle East war. But I think in Russia they would have different approach for sure, especially in supporting Ukraine with money, for example.
I see. Great. And so, what about the current economic situation in Brazil? So in here, many of course, the voters think about inflation in US. And in Brazil, same people also care about the.
Just let me see. Okay. It's the same thing. I think economy. I think economy is the main topic in all elections throughout the world, because without the economy, we do nothing, With inflation, with less jobs, for example, no government can rule your own country, So without a straight economy, it's impossible to rule throughout the world,
Yeah. In this year, one unique phenomenon is that many people, also both candidates as well as many congressional candidates, talk about China's threat. So in Brazil, do people also concerned about China?
No, China is a partner from Brazil. And for example, we are partner in BRICS. That China is one of the main countries that we export our agricultural producers, for example. So China for us, it's a very important partner. Yeah, it's not a threat, for example.
Okay.
Okay,
That's great.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
What's your name?
Edgar.
Edgar. Okay.
And you're a reporter, right?
Yeah, I'm a reporter from Brazil.
Okay, thank you very much. 他这个发现其实强调了，就是说，巴西民众反正也很关心这个美国的选举，那他们的民众也是关心这个就是通货膨胀问题啊，跟这个美国的选民也很类似，然后他们在巴西也同样有两党政治。所以他觉得这个美国现在政治中的这种不同的这种激烈的这状态，跟巴西其实也很类似。巴西的竞争也是蛮激烈的。然后对于他们来说，就是就这3天过来嘛，抓紧时间就是在选举之前采访一些所以他会这2天到一些这个川普以及哈里斯的这个竞选场地去报道。所以这他们就是也是要把这边的美国的选举情况反映到
巴西去哈。
对，另外他们也是强调，就是他们觉得不管是哈里斯和川普上台的话，那么对于中东战争的局面不会太大的变化，因为他觉得两党都是支持以色列的。但是对于乌克兰的战争的情况呢，也许两党支持的力度会有所区别。
Yeah, hello, I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, can I interview you?
Yes.
I'm from Hong Kong. Yeah.
Hong Kong, that's amazing.
Yeah. Hong Kong people pay attention to American.
Yeah, so welcome to America. My name is Bobby here. We're here at the Trump rally at Lancaster, PA, the East Coast of the United States. I think he's going to do an amazing job restoring this amazing country. We have a lot of work to do, like he says. We have a lot of things that we have to get done with the jobs, the market, our security, and including our borders. So we have a lot of work going on. All of our amazing allies who are out there, we really appreciate your help and support on helping this situation out, and I think that we have a chance of winning and restoring America. There are people that don't like Donald Trump, and there are people that do like Donald Trump. I didn't really.
Where are you from?
I'm from here. I'm from Bucks County. Actually, me and him, we both came from Bucks County. So we're here. So we're here for today, really. Checking out the Lancaster, the Amish culture. Amazing people, by the way.
Do you know how many Amish people already voted?
So I don't know too much on the vote count on the Amish people, but a lot of Amish are definitely getting out more and voting for this year.
Yeah, I saw the report about.
Yeah,
it's very unusual. Amish people come out to vote.
Yeah, and really, they got different levels of Amish people. They got the Mennonites, which are more modern. They got the strict. So there's like a whole scale of Amish people. But we have a lot of good black vote. We got a good Hispanic vote. We got a lot of different nationalities who really want to make this happen. But I think he's got a shot. I think he's got a really good shot. We appreciate you guys hearing us out.
Yeah, Bobby, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why your banner shows that don't blame me? I voted for Trump. Why?
Yeah,
why
well, some people, they argue, and really, our country's so divided.
Yeah.
People clash at each other on who you're voting. So let's say if you vote for this one or you vote for that, people get mad at each other. So really, they have to respect people's beliefs. The problem today is there's no boundary of respect of belief. I have a lot of friends who are Democrats, but we don't argue about it. Like there's some other people that want to argue and they cause the issue. I'm really not that type.
Yeah. You see recently somebody says that, you're garbage, you are the Hitler.
I'm really, I'm in the middle. I'm for both. But the way things are going on, I'm going to slightly move to the right. Really. And me and my whole family, we're really in the middle on both sides. We want to be united. That's why we call it the United States.
It's like Hong Kong situation too. Yeah, in 2019, the people in Hong Kong, in family, they divided.
Yes. So it's a very familiar situation that we're having here. I think people just need to respect each other, come together and just work together. Just like we had this going back in the 60s with the riots and stuff like that. Now, I wasn't from the 60s. I'm from only 23. We're youngins. We're in our 20s. This is Patrick. I'm Bobby.
Do you see a lot of young people come out to vote?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Why? Because more...
Well, there's a few reasons why the young people are having a hard time living. Because the costs are getting too expensive. The market's getting crazy. And the left-wing agenda, what they're trying to do is they're trying to raise taxes because the whole inflation is getting out of hand because they're spending our money. They're spending the government. The government throws money like crazy, and they don't know how to control it. And that's why it's hurting everybody. Now, us young people who are coming out and voting, yes, because we want to live a good livelihood. We want to have a good family. We want to afford. The word is called afford. That's not happening right now. No matter how many jobs you got. I have a friend of mine who's working 3 jobs and he can't even get by with his family. So it's not a good situation. Now, am I going to blame? Yes and no. But most likely with their policies, the left-wing policies in place, it's definitely not helping the country and it's not helping us out.
And we need more jobs.
And we need more jobs. And the economics need to grow.
Especially in some places because like my family is from Schuylkill County, which is the anthracite coal region of Pottsville. And there's not a lot of like jobs as there was when my parents were growing up. So it's like I want more jobs. I want people up there to, live a good life like where we're at.
The real reason why we're voting for this guy and JD Vance is they know how to present the United States of America.
Yeah, you are the fans of JD Vance too, right?
Yeah.
So you just recently graduated from college?
I didn't go to college. I work. I'm a pilot. So I fly. Yeah, I fly.
That's good. That's quite cool.
Yeah.
Because a lot of young people, we know they are more prone to progressive ideas. And so do you see a change in the young generation? Your friends, many people change their belief?
Well, yes, I actually do, because I actually was in school and college. My friends, I don't want to mention their names because this is media, but respectfully, I want to respect their privacy. But a lot of them, I talked to them. I didn't push them into anything, but they've been seeing it. He's been seeing it. He's really in the middle, but he's going to probably go with this gentleman, probably. A lot of young people are waking up because they're seeing what's going on. Now, the colleges, not all colleges, but the high-end universities, the big colleges and stuff, they're indoctrinating, people our age. I've been seeing it. I've been hearing things about it. Now, do you think it's true? Maybe. Maybe not. But the real thing is that I think we need a new movement of America. I think we need to go like we did and bring back our American values and just keep America very strong in that sort of way with family values, because I'm all about family. I'm all about kids. And the left party, they're all about, the abortions and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not really for it.
And they're also about, we're polluting and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm all about clean energy, okay? As a Republican, I'm all about clean energy. I'm all about making things cleaner, such as the emissions, our airplanes and things like that, okay? But they're going over the line with the Green New Deal.
Yeah, too much of that, in my opinion.
It's hurting the market systems. Now, hopefully I'm not talking too much, but really, they're interfering with small business. The problem with government is they're interfering with small businesses, and I don't think that should be allowed, because that's getting in our own thing of a privacy. And plus, it's the United States of America. We should be able to make our own decisions, do our own thing, make our own opportunities, and not have mom and dad government be involved in the whole thing. Thank you very much.
Yeah, how do you get the information? From YouTube, from mainstream.
I just listen. I just use these two ears. And I use common sense.
Yeah, and me,
It's all about common sense. Just like what the big guy said, it's all about common sense.
Yeah, and me, I just get it from my family members who work up in Schuylkill County.
You have to know your history. You have to know how this country came about, and you gotta understand the systems of the economic system.
I'm gonna put it out here.
I run a couple businesses, so I understand. I talk to many executives and stuff like that. So I run a couple businesses on the side. I'm still a student pilot in training, short thing like that. But I've been around a lot of intelligent people in the last 5 years.
And I'm gonna put it out here. I'm a historian. My parents grew up in the coal region during the 50s and 60s. My grandmother tells me, along with my great aunts, how people were getting jobs left and right, and the coal mines and the rail lines were really prosperous. I want it to be like that again, and also the sense of having family members who work for a rail line would be able to get a job. And for example, my one great uncle, my one great grandfather, and my grandfather actually worked for the Reading, and they worked for especially my great uncle and my great grandfather, they worked for the Reading Railroad from the 1930s to the 70s. So you could easily make a career, but nowadays it's just so hard.
But it's a global economy now, so many jobs are outsourcing to China, other places. So what do you think about how do you bring back the jobs?
I'll answer it. So with I don't know too much about it. I don't want to say the wrong things, but I think we need to bring jobs back in America because here's what's going on. I'm going to be quite clear. They're saying that we're bringing more jobs, but they're jobs where you don't make as much money. They're lower wage jobs. Now, the manufacturing and things like that, yeah, I'm for bringing jobs back to America so people can have opportunity to make good money and have a decent, good living.
Yeah, exactly.
With the jobs now are so limited,
It is.
I'm not going to talk about immigration stuff. That's a whole nother story for another time. But I think that we need to bring our jobs back. We need to bring the manufacturing back. Clean facilities, yeah, absolutely. But I think what he's doing, I think we're definitely on the right track. And plus, it's going to drive the economy. An economy is a domino effect, This guy sells a suitcase, and he buys a suitcase. Then he wants to sell it. And money's supposed to travel, not stay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.